Hello everybody, Amber here. Welcome back to In Conversation with ATF. My guest today is a voice actor, he is a creator, a cartoon creator that is, and he is an all-around nice guy. You may know him as the voice of Cheetor, Sentinel and Clamp in Transformers Beastars, and also, obviously, Cheetor in the Transmetals video game, and Quick Strike as well. He took over from Colin Murdoch for that video game as well. That's not all for Transformers. He also voiced Shadow Raker in Robots in Disguise, 2015. That's the 2015 series. Don't get that confused with the 2001 series. His other roles include Bob in Reboot, Baby Taz in Baby Looney Tunes. That's the show I grew up with. Andy Larkin in What's With Andy, Mr. Cramp in The Cramp Twins, 10 Cents, Otis, ZB, Zip, Lord Stinker, Frank Eddy, and the Lighthouse Clock in Salty's Lighthouse. We'll get on to that funny story about that in a bit. He was the first ever voice for adult Goku in Dragon Ball Z. That is the Ocean dub, by the way. He was Dr. Wily in Captain N, the Game Master, Coconuts in Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, Filbert in Pocket Dragon Adventures, Elwood in Littlest Pet Shop, Mega Man in Mega Man, Funshine Bear in Care Bears Adventures in Care-A-Lot, Blinky in Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures, Rolly and Mr. Bentley in the US dub of the Bob the Builder reboot, Mutter in Captain Z and the Z-Zone, Mr. Conductor in Dinosaur Train, as well as many other shows including Make Way for Noddy, Fat Dog Mendoza, Sonic Underground, Justice League, Hurricanes, that's another obscure one.
Yes.
That's a co-production between the UK and US and Canada as well. Dragon Tales and many, many more. Video game players, you may know him as the voice of Mr. Fantastic for Marvel Rivals, and he also created the cartoons Being Ian and Yvon of the Yukon. Well, that does not scratch the surface of this man's career. This is absolutely incredible. My guest is Ian James Corlett. Hello.
Man, that sounds like a lot when you read it like that.
That was just, there's just, they are the names that stuck out to me, essentially, because of how obscure a lot of them are, especially because like stuff like Hurricanes and Captain Z and the Z-Zone, they were like all co-productions between, I think it was Deke, Scottish Television, and Wood O'Hare for Captain Z, and
I remember that.
Animations in Wales for Hurricanes as well. That's quite cool. Yeah, you know, I love my transatlantic stuff. But
Absolutely.
Yeah, honestly, all of this stuff. Wow, crazy. Honestly, I absolutely love it. I love it. Ian, thank you so much for coming on my show. It's been a while.
It has been a while. When was the last time we spoke?
Over Zoom, it probably would have been around 2020, so 6 years ago.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. it's been a hot minute. A lot has happened. Not just with you, but with me. So I just want to know, how have you been? I want to know how you've been in the past.
I've been fantastic. To quote my character, one of my most popular current characters, I'm fantastic.
Hey.
Yeah, doing lots of fan conventions, lots of work that I can't tell you about due to NDAs, some interesting game properties that are coming up. Busy.
I bet, definitely. But I just want to take it all the way back to the beginning now, because I don't think I've not really talked to you about your career. Yes, we spoke about, Bill Scott and Dudley Do-Right and Rockin' Bullwinkle, but I've not really spoken to you about how you got started, your career. So I want to know, how did you get started in the voiceover business? Had you always wanted to be an actor? What brought you into... what was your first acting role in general, that is?
Wow, those are good questions. I often get asked, what was your first voice role? And I can confidently answer that my first professional voice role was a commercial, actually. It was not an animated series for a small company in Vancouver. Mm-hmm. A couple of department store commercials. That was like early, that would be 1984-ish.
Yeah.
Maybe 85. And I do not know what my first animated series was. I believe it was a show called Kissy Fur, which is so obscure. It was on NBC. Yeah, and it was right around that time that I did Captain N, the Game Master. I think that was like maybe the second or third thing that I did.
Were you based in America when you did Kissy Fur? Because I know what it is, obviously. Because I'm looking at the cast right now. Aside from Marilyn Lightstone, the rest of the cast is American. Obviously.
Yeah, well, it was one of the early Deke shows, I believe. And
yes,
we recorded that in Canada. So they had started it in the U.S. and then they went, let's go where it's cheaper. And up they came. So
right, yes,
I think a lot of the cast was still, still doing it in the U.S. and we filled it out.
Yeah, I'm looking at it on IMDb. They did change the voice of Kissy for himself in season 2, but I'm just guessing. Obviously, this was
that's
for Canadian. Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
But before that, my journey, I guess you would call it, in voice, really started very, 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 very early. I was, maybe 6 or 7. I was really into puppets. So I did a lot of puppetry, which obviously, in my case, involved using your voice. Mm-hmm. And then from there, I kind of moved into ventriloquism, which is also very voice-related. I still have my custom wooden dummy named Leroy. And then from there, I moved into filmmaking. And it was early days of 8mm and Super 8 sound movies. They were, it was kind of new technology then. Because most everything was silent up until then for, home movies. So I did these little animated films and I would use my voice. So that's kind of the trajectory. Like it really started very, very young. And I don't know if it would be completely honest if I said I always wanted to be a voice actor, but I was always really, really keen on animation. And I had, trivia posters on my wall, Disney stuff, when it was not cool at all to be a Disney fan. That was not the glory days of Disney in the early 70s. It was kind of like no one knew where the company. Right? Yeah, it was no one knew what the company was doing. So it has been a part of my life forever, voice stuff. But I will say this: I never wanted to be an actor. Like an actual, on-screen actor, not interested. I was always more interested in making, writing and making films, even animated films. And voice was just kind of a intrinsic part of that. So that's kind of my history.
Sweet. And you did mention Captain N, the Game Master, which is...
Yes.
I believe that was Deke as well, I think.
Yes.
I thought so, yeah. And it had a Canadian cast, but one thing I wanted to point out was there's a man who's been involved in a lot of stuff that you've done, even when you were working up in Canada and now that you live. Do you live in the US only, or do you go back and forth between?
I split my time.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, we are still proudly Canadian.
Awesome. I'm wearing Canadian colours.
Yes, you are.
I couldn't help but I had to wear the shirt. But there is one man who has been there since probably, I'd say the very start, because obviously you did Kissy Fur and Captain N with him. Frank Welker. You're going to be with him at TFCon this March in Burbank.
Yes. And I did actually... I actually physically worked in the same room with him a number of times.
Okay.
And this is kind of in the mid part. I guess it was roughly around the year 2000. Mm-hmm. And I was... what was the series? Totally Spies.
It could have been that, because they did have an American cast for that, I believe.
Yeah, so that was at the point where I started working in Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. So we were doing What's with Andy. That's what it was. So sort of connected to that, the director of What's with Andy said, "Hey, I got a role in Totally Spies, and you come in and do that." I went, "Oh, that's great." And I walk in, and it's this cavalcade of stars. I can't remember who else was there, but Frank Welker was sitting beside me. And this is going to sound like a bit of a horn toot, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I go up to the mic and I do my stuff, do some lines, and I can kind of feel him looking at me. And I sit down, the scene continues, and then we get a little break, and he leans over and he goes, "Hey, where are you from?" I said, "I'm not from around here. I'm from Vancouver. I'm just kind of, a fly-in." And he goes, Oh, because I'm shocked that I don't know you. You're really good. And I went, oh my, what? Frank Welker just said I was really good. And that's really the only time I ever worked with him. We've worked on the same shows, but not in person. So that's my little Frank Welker story.
That's so cool, and hopefully you'll see him again next month.
I hope so.
I really hope so. I mean, maybe in the green room, maybe when you're passing. I don't know. Maybe you have the same lunch break. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Honestly, that's going to be a blast. For those of you who don't know, this is TFCon in Burbank. They're doing a Beast Wars reunion this year, as well as a Transformers 1986 movie reunion as well. There's a lot of people going. A lot of your... let's talk about Beast Wars. Let's talk everything Beast Wars. So,
let's do it.
TFCon is obviously getting David Kay, Gary Chalk, Venus Terzo, Lee Tokar, Richard Newman. I'm trying to think. People are going to be mad at me that I don't remember some of the names. Colin
they'll look it up. It's a lot of the main cast, that's for sure.
Yes. And I think I got everyone. I'd be very ashamed to say if of course, Alec Willows.
Oh, good. And you mentioned Venus Terzo, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in ages.
And Doug Parker as well.
Ah, yes. It's going to be a party.
I know. Oh, I'm so excited for it. I'll tell you something now. I started binge watching Beast Wars a few weeks ago. I'm up to I just finished episode 36, the Transmutate episode. So I'm I think I'm onto the agenda now, parts 1 through to 3.
Wow.
So I'm slowly getting to the end. I can't decide whether to watch Beast Machines before I go to TFCon or just save it. Just it's the same thing. So I might as well just watch on the plane. I don't know. But this is. We've got, as I said, we've got to talk about Beast Wars. What a show. I mean, people say, it's better than G1 and stuff. And I'm like, well, G1's my favourite. But after watching this, I think, yeah, it's as good as G1. I can see now why people like this.
Yep.
But, yeah, what a cast, with all these people. And you had Scott McNeel and voicing 95% of the cast. And you had Susan Blue voice directing you, who has already been involved in the Transformers franchise.
Yes.
She flew up to Vancouver every week to record. So I've got to ask, what is your most favourite or notable memory from recording Beast Wars in Vancouver?
Well, I don't know if it's a favourite or even notable, but the way that we recorded that, it was in quite a large space. It was actually kind of, I think you would call it like a mixing theater. So it was designed to be a full-size movie screen. And the audio engineers, because before we started recording cartoons there, that's what it was. It was a mix theater. So, they put up big films and mix. So they repurposed this giant room into a voice recording room.
Oh,
and
wow.
Each one of us had a riser. It was the strangest thing. It was like about a foot tall. And so we were all on our own little stage. So wow. David Kay was across the way. Scott was over there. Alec Willows was over there. And beside me was Gary Chalk. And Gary was, so it was me and Gary, right? Because he's Optimus and I'm his sidekick, So it made sense to be right beside him. But what didn't make sense was, Gary is a notoriously gaseous man. And he was close enough to always threaten me or tempt me to pull his finger. And I said, Gary, I'm not doing it. Oh, come on, Jimmy. Pull my finger. Come on. Anyway, so that was memorable. Let's just say that. He's a very funny guy. Very funny guy.
He's so awesome. And he was born in the UK as well, so he's...
Yes.
But I do remember... I don't know, it might have been him, but I remember a Beast Wars story from one of the sessions where I think he had to... I can't remember what this was for. This might not even have been for Beast Wars, but, like, I think it was Gary. He had to, like... someone had to burp, and then Gary,
yeah.
Oh, so, okay, I am remembering right.
Now,
so
I don't know if it was Beast Wars either, but I remember I was there.
It could have been for Beast Wars. I'm trying to think what else. It could have been for Beast Machines. I don't know. But Gary like drunk a ton of Coca-Cola because I think one of his characters like had to burp or something like that, and he did, and he let out like a massive burp or something like that, and then just like the slime of the Coca-Cola went onto the script and then went back in his mouth when he had finished or something. That's what I heard.
That is the way he tells it, and I think
he's the one who probably told me it.
Who am I to doubt it? But I was there, and it was funny to me because I don't think it was Beast Wars, because I remember the studio we were in, and I don't think we recorded any Beast Wars stuff there, but it doesn't really matter.
Well, I have an idea. I'll go in behind the voice actors and see what stuff you both have worked on, and then we'll go from there.
But the thing that, the reason I remember it is I was always the go-to burper. And I usually didn't need to have any fizzy pop or anything. I just could summon one up. And that day, for some reason, Gary went, no, I can do it. And I offered, I'll stunt burp for you. And then the story unfolded as you just told it. So,
of course. Well, I mean, was it in the 90s? Because I have a list of shows that you potentially did. It might be.
I'm going to bet it was in the 2000s.
Well, as quick as I can.
I don't know.
You both worked on 47 titles together. G.I. Joe, the Deke version. I didn't realise you worked on that. That's quite cool. Captain N, the Game Master, Funky Fables, Adventures of T-Rex, Exo Squad, Double Dragon, Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, Street Sharks, Mega Man, Reboot, Littlest Pet Shop, Darkstalkers, G.I. Joe Extreme, Adventures of Corduroy, Pocket Dragon Adventures, Fearless 4, Beast Wars, Warriors of Virtue, Reboot the Ride, Fat Dog Mendoza, the Reboot video game for the PlayStation, Beast Wars Transmetals, the video game, Sonic Underground, Weirdos, Dragon Tales, Beast Machines, Yvon of the Yukon, Help I'm a Fish, Barbie of Swan Lake, Jester Till, Dragon Tales Learn and Fly with Dragons video game, Barbie as Princess and the Pauper, Being Ian, Devil Kings, Tom and Jerry Tales, Barbie as the Island Princess, Tom and Jerry and Nutcracker Tale, Bratz Super Babies, Little Tikes Land, Dinosaur Train, Care Bears to the Rescue, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, Lego Ninjago, Masters of Spinjitzu, that's it, yeah, both. Thimbleweed Park, Pirate Express, and Ninjago.
I have no idea. No idea. It was one of those.
Gary probably did tell me, but
he'll remember.
My interview with him was at least, I think it was about 5 years ago. I need to do another one with him this year. I need to catch up.
Yes, you do.
But honestly, just like the amount of, wow, I can't imagine how fun it must have been. So I've got to ask, what have you got a notable memory with Scott McNeel? Because obviously your voice, like, tons. Most of the Scotty he's a real actor. He is a real actor. Like, he takes things really seriously. But he's super fun, too. What can I say about Scott? I mean, Scott's like family at this point. And when I say family, I mean, he's not like, my brother. He's like that cousin you have. Yeah. You see him, and you pick up where you left off. I wish I had an anecdote for you. Maybe one will come to me. I mean, there's so many. The thing I like about Scotty is, like, he's had this look. I remember Scotty before the cowboy hat and the long hair. That's how long I've known Scotty. Yeah, I think that was Beast Wars era, short-haired Scotty.
Probably, yeah, maybe even before that. But I do really appreciate Scotty's ability to laugh at himself, because, like, with guys like me around and Phil Hayes and other people, like, we would call him, I just had the name too. Bret Michaels. We would call him Canada's answer to Bret Michaels. And he took it so well because, he's a fun guy. Anyway, super talented. I just think the world of Scotty.
Definitely. He's not been announced for TFCon yet. Do you keep in touch with him? Do you think he'll be announced, maybe? I don't know.
He is an elusive character. I don't keep in touch with him because he's not very online. Mm-hmm. But when I see him, it's in person when I'm in Vancouver at a session. Oh. So it's tough outside of that to keep in touch with him. So I don't know. I do not know.
Man, yeah, because he was going to do TF Nation last year, and it was the day before we were told Scott McNeel.
Oh, really?
Due to, wait. I was going to say, because I'm not sure if this is. I know as much as the next guy. But it literally, I got an email saying Scott McNeel unable to attend TF Nation. I got this on the Friday morning, I think, before I left, or the Thursday afternoon, and the con was on Saturday and Sunday. Scott McNeel unable to attend TF Nation. We have just thing that Scott McNeel will no longer be attending TF Nation this weekend due to health concerns. It says that he failed to board his flight, or failed to check in for his flight, so he dinged it, and he was advised not to travel. And they said medical issues or something like that.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so no one's heard from him since. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know. As I said, I know as much as the next guy. But I did see videos of him at Comic-Con, and he did look quite... skinny.
He was at Comic-Con, wasn't he? Yes, because I missed him there.
Oh my god, yeah, because I missed him as well. He did a Gundam panel, and I said to myself, no, it's fine. Yeah. I had 2 other panels at the same time. I was like, no, it's fine. Yeah. You'll see him in Birmingham. How wrong was I?
You were very wrong, Amber. And I only heard he was going to be at San Diego after the fact. And I went, oh, geez, I would have gone because Mark Hildreth was there.
Yeah, he did a Gundam panel.
Was it Sam? Sam? Was Sam there?
Yeah.
Someone else was there from Gundam. I can't remember.
Yeah. No, you're going to make me look it up now. SDC Gundam 2025.
Yeah.
Who is it? I had it there. Right there. It was right there. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere. That's the panel. Yes. Uh-huh. So it was Scott McNeel, Mark Hildreth, and Brad Swaley.
Brad Swale. Okay.
Brad Swale.
Okay.
Yeah, but basically, yeah, so what happened is there was 2 other panels going on at the same time, and, you know, at Comic-Con, when you go, there's going to be at least 4 panels you want to see all within the same event.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, I'm skipping out this year because I'm going to Disneyland instead, so... Yes. Yeah, that's me sorted. But, honestly, Ian, I have no idea what to say because my head just went blank.
Uh-oh.
That's the perks about it being unedited and, you know, like, not live and stuff. I mean, you can cut it out, but I'd prefer not to. It's raw. What was it like to return to the Transformers franchise in 2015, when you voiced Shadow Raker?
What a blast. It was great.
You could do it with the American cast. Yeah.
I was. But the American cast that featured a lot of Canadians, like Eric Bauza.
Yeah.
That was fun because I showed up there and he was... we had worked together on Hero 108, I think. But not really worked together. It was one of those, he was in LA and we were in Canada, the kind of things. But he came up for a couple of sessions. And he's lovely. And I always appreciate, again, I'm, you know, patting myself on the back here, but I always appreciate when younger voice talent know the history of who was there before them.
I'm so sorry about that.
That's okay.
What were we talking about? We were talking about Gundam.
Yes, and panels and...
I hate having short-term memory
people.
loss. Oh, yes! Robots in Disguise.
Yes, right, okay, Eric Bauza. That's what it was.
Yes.
And I was saying I appreciate when people who are younger than me, even though he is so established now, when they know the history of who blazed trails before them, as I did. When I came into the industry, the business in Vancouver was mostly commercials. And I knew every single one of those voice actors who was big in commercials.
Yeah.
And I respected them because it's like, without them, there's no me. So anyway, Eric was lovely, and it was great to work with him because I think it was only him and I and maybe one other actor, because it was a much larger cast, but they kind of piecework things together. So it was fun. It was really fun.
That's awesome. I've got to ask you now about Salty's Lighthouse, which was done by Sunday. Of course, you've done a few things for Sunday. Now, this is interesting because Salty's Lighthouse used archive footage of a show called Tugs, which was done by the same guys who did Thomas the Tank Engine. Obviously, you had
they did.
It was David Mitten, I believe, and Robert Cardona. It was done for the UK market, obviously redubbed with Canadian voices. I think Lenore Zan was a part of it, even though she's from...
I think she was.
Yeah, she's from Toronto, though, and the rest of them from Vancouver.
Yeah, but she was in Vancouver at that time.
Oh, was she? Okay, that explains everything.
Yeah,
what was it like to do that show? Because it's a running gag between me and my friend because of how it's sort of like the original Tugs, the plot lines of it were very dark, but for Salty's Lighthouse they were made very cheerful, there's nothing negative about it. They've spruced it up, they had to change names. Do you remember much about working on that show?
Not a lot, no, except I was always, because we could see the footage, I was always enamored by the look of the thing, because it's kind of, it's real,
Yeah.
Real-ish. Water was real.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, I was such a huge fan of shows like the Thunderbirds, puppets.
Yes.
And I just went, okay, this is really, that's about all I remember. And I know that there's pockets of the population, especially British, who know that show. And I love it.
I'm glad you do. I'm glad I asked you about it anyways, because you said, how it's so real and stuff like that. Well, I mean, as I said, it's the same people who made Thomas the Tank Engine, so I think it was filmed at it was also filmed at Shepperton Studios, and it was around the time, I think they had stopped making, Thomas had taken, so after season 2 of Thomas ended in 1986-1987, Britt Allcroft went on to do Shining Time Station, which is obviously to introduce Thomas to America.
Yes.
Then David Mitten went off to do Tugs with Robert Cardona, and then obviously they came back after 1992 to do season 3 of Thomas. So that's sort of, they started there, they went out, and then they came back in.
Right.
That's your history lesson right there.
Well, yeah, and Salty's was kind of, Thomas's ugly cousin. It never really, it was never as popular. It was not ugly. I didn't mean that, but it just didn't catch on the way the other one just did. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, I think it's interesting because they introduced a lot of stuff to North America as well. And one of those things I've got to quickly bring up before we run out of time on the Zoom meeting and we have to restart is Make Way for Noddy. Where you were,
I loved that show.
Yeah. So
because I was a pretend British kid. We had Noddy and Big Ears books in our house, so I knew when that project came up, I went, "Oh, I know who Noddy is. This is great." Yeah.
Definitely, and that I have got fan questions for you, but someone did ask, someone called Teen Meets World 5355 did ask about what was it like to be the voice of Mr. Wobbly Man. Since it is true. I have had past guests on who have voiced characters in that dub. Michael Dobson, who voiced Big Ears, Matt Hill, who voiced Mr. Jumbo, Clockwork Clown, and Wiz the Robot, Lee Tokar, who voiced Mr. Sparks, and Richard Newman, who voiced Mr. Plod. So sort of got your Transformers guest stars.
Yes.
Sort of accumulating.
All the elites.
Yeah. So I can't remember which dub was it. Was it the British dub that came first, or was it the American? I don't know. I think
the British had to have.
It would have been, yeah. But here's where it gets confusing. There is the voice of Noddy was a guy called David A.K.
Yes.
And so when you search up David K voice actor on Google, it sometimes comes up with David A.K. and then people are complaining like, that's not David K. I'm like, and then I realised, it's the guy who voiced Noddy.
Yeah. Now, he wasn't the voice in both versions, was he?
No.
Just
the North American dub.
Yeah, I remember young David. He's a full-grown man now.
He is indeed. I mean, I've just searched him up. He said, "Oh, he was born in Saskatchewan. Awesome." I'm having a look what else he did. Yeah, he was in Make Way for Noddy, and then he went to university, and now he's doing it. He's been in Polly Pocket. He's been in Henry Danger the movie. He's done quite a lot for himself. I mean, that's actually quite impressive. You know, he's done Mac and Moxie, Barb and Princess Power, Slug Terror. I think he did Powerpuff Girls Z. That's cool. Yeah, some good stuff.
Which one was that?
Powerpuff Girls Z, the anime.
Oh.
The anime. There was an anime version that was made around 2006. I think it had Canadian voice actors because I do remember Alec Willows was I think he was the mayor of Townsville. I think. Yeah. Well, I think they did some in America and then some in Canada because obviously the American cast are credited and they also have like another cast like different like people like Richard Ian Cox. Him accredited, which is cool. I really want to try and get him on my show. He was born in Denbigh, which is not far from me.
Yes,
in North Wales. Yes, he's one of us. I need him for my show.
Richard, he played Ian Kelly in my series.
Oh,
Being
did
Ian.
he? Oh, awesome! Oh, that's so cool. That is awesome. That is so cool.
Small world.
What is it like to create a cartoon, essentially? What was sort of the inspiration for Being Ian and Yvon of the Yukon?
Well, very early on, like in the Captain N days, I'm in these scripts and I'm reading these scripts and I'm thinking, I can write this stuff. Because as I mentioned, my background was like I was a burgeoning filmmaker.
Yeah.
And I thought, how else can I inhabit this world of animation? So it started early, and I said, okay, I'm going to try and write some. And I made some, connections and networked with people, and they were gracious enough to hire me. And I did have an end game. I wanted to write for other series to gain the credibility to be able to create my own stuff. And that's how that happened. And the first series we created, I did a lot of development for other people, but the first one that we created, and by we, I mean my partner and I at the time, Terry Klassen, created Yvon of the Yukon. And then a little later, not much after that, I created Being Ian, and, big surprise, it's about me. So, with the inspiration, slow news day, let's see, how about me? Because what happened was, do you remember a TV show called Malcolm in the Middle?
I do, yes.
I loved that show. And like Bryan Cranston was in it, the kids were amazing. And I thought, there's 3 boys in this. Or is there 4? No, there's 3 boys.
3 but turned 4. Because they are.
Yeah. That's what it was. One of my techniques in trying to pitch animated shows was to take a popular live action show that was kind of family oriented and adapt it or use it as an inspiration. So that was Malcolm in the Middle for me because it really did line up with my family life, except that my family life was even weirder because we all worked and were employed by my dad in this piano store. So that was the genesis of Being Ian.
Oh, awesome. That's so cool. What about Yvon of the Yukon?
That was definitely not inspired by anything in reality. Basically, that came out of a meeting that I had at a television festival where I was, pitching our shows, and I met this German producer, and he went, "Oh, we want to have something like Canada, Canada. We would like to do a production, and it must feel like, Canada." And I said, "You mean like mooses and the Arctic and yeah, that would be great." So I called my partner who was back in Vancouver. And I said, okay, I met this guy, and he wants this show about Canada, and it came out of that. It was crazy.
Awesome. That's so cool. Now, I've got to jump over to the preschool market real quick because of Baby Looney Tunes. I grew up on that show, so I've got to ask you about it. And it's also because someone else has asked me, someone called Masterplay148 wants to know what was it like working on Baby Looney Tunes.
What a blast. What a blast. Because it was the kind of show where it's Looney Tunes. We know what this is. So many shows, they're original, right? And you don't know if they're going to be popular. They don't know if they're going to go anywhere. And that show was just like, okay, this is automatically going to be fantastic. Plus, June Foray, the voice of Granny, was in it. Like, she was in it. And it was a very big experience. Loved it.
Awesome. That's so cool. I wonder how that worked out because obviously, isn't it different acting unions? I'm not sure how it works, how American and Canadian actors can work on the same.
Yeah, they can. There's always a way, because she was working in the States, and I don't know how they figured it out, but they always figure it out.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure, definitely. Caden wants to know what's been your most favourite, and if you're okay with discussing least favourite role that you've ever done.
My most favorite role is Mr. Conductor from Dinosaur Train.
Awesome.
Hello, Pteranodon family. It's me, the conductor. It's because that voice is really fun. And the producer of that show, Craig Bartlett, who also created Hey Arnold. Yeah. Is just a wonderful fellow. And yeah, it was a great experience. So that's my favorite. Now, my least favorite, I would tell you if I could remember, but basically there's a bucket of least favorites.
Yeah.
And it always has to do with the people you're working with. And if it's a screamy kind of role and they don't understand that there's only so much in the tank, you can't scream like just forever.
Yeah.
Or if they don't treat you like, if they treat you like you're an animal, or just kind of like, well, come on, just do it. Those things don't sit well with me. Or if I see, there have been many situations where a new actor or a young actor is not being treated with kid gloves when they're in an early session because, they don't know how things work, so it's mostly, I guess, sometimes directors that make things least favorite. I wouldn't say it's a least favorite show. It's just individual experiences, and that's about it.
That's totally understandable. Yeah, definitely. Real quick, diverting to Dinosaur Train.
Yeah.
Of course, your children, Phil, and Claire, are also voice actors. How did they sort of get involved? Are they not? Oh, okay, never mind. How did they get involved in the business, and how did they get involved in Dinosaur Train? Did they audition? Did you bring them forward?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Always. It's always an audition. And Dinosaur Train was an unusual one because Craig was inviting performing families, really. I guess that's the best way I can phrase it, because he wanted all of us to go in together and do an audition. And I can't even remember what the specifics were, but it was very odd that you go in with your kids to audition and work together. And I guess what he had in his mind was if the parent is an actor, they will then be in the same room with their kids, and it kind of creates two very good issues. Like you've got parental supervision, so there's not necessary to have like an on-set liaison or chaperone, or there's all these technical terms for it, because you're there with your parent. And also that I don't know, I guess maybe that there's more than that to it, but he just wanted to see the dynamic of what kids would be when working with their parent, because the other person who did the same thing as me was Kathleen Barr and her 2 kids. So it was Kathleen. She got cast. She was in most of the episodes. She was in a lot of the episodes. But Mr. Conductor was in all of the episodes. And her 2 kids were in all of the episodes. And my 2 kids were in all of the episodes.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, it was a real family thing. It was really interesting, which is a testament to Craig and his way.
That's very wholesome.
Excuse me.
That's okay, don't worry. That's really wholesome, definitely.
Yeah.
Bombshell Productions -Y23 wants to know, what is your favourite line from any of your roles? Now, I know multiple people are asking multiple questions. I'm just picking out just one.
Absolutely.
Because I know we don't have a lot of time left.
Yeah.
Maybe Ian, real quick, I'd like to do a part 2 with you in the future, because I still have tons on my notes here that we're probably not even going to fit in
we'll
the
fit
next
it
10
in.
minutes.
We'll fit it in.
So yeah, what's your favourite line from any of your roles?
My favorite lines are always short and identifiable. So I'll give you like 3. Currently, right now, fantastic. Well, great. If you play Marvel Rivals, you know who that is.
Yes.
Another one. Hey, it's me, Goku. Nice and short. Boom. Oh, it's Goku. And then lastly, Johnny. One word. Johnny Test. Or if I'm feeling particularly energetic, I'll say, Johnny, we're having meatloaf. But I like short lines that underline, oh, I know who that character is.
Definitely awesome. Speaking of fantastic, Mr. Fantastic, Marvel Rivals. A lot of people I know obviously do play that game. My friend Mizu wants to know, what is it like working with your fellow Fantastic Four VAs? I'm trying to think. That I'm probably going to get it horribly wrong. So there's Mr. Fantastic. There's, I believe, The Thing. I'm going to get this horribly wrong. Now I'm gonna have to look up the members of the Fantastic Four. Give me a second.
Well, I'll give you a couple, or at least one. Daniel Marin, who is Namor or Namor, depends on who you ask. I met these guys, like, we didn't meet any of each other, like we didn't know each other before this. Yeah. And when you're doing games, especially, you're not in the studio together. You're in as a solo act. Yeah. So. It was later. Marvel Rivals has been really, really good for, getting the cast together and community events and stuff. So as a result, I've met a lot of them, and they're a great cast. It's like the old days. Oh yeah, hey, we actually enjoy working together. And I just did a convention with I forgot her name. She plays my wife, Susan. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm looking.
She was
I've got it
lovely.
Voice actors. Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
So you got Susie, who voices the Invisible Woman. Human Torch is Scott White, and Thing is Andrew Morgado.
Yes, and is Adam? Is your character named Adam?
Adam Warlock.
Yes.
Jordan Reynolds.
Yes. Another great guy, Jordan Reynolds.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm just looking at his behind the voice actors. He seems to have done a lot of video. Oh, he was in Transformers Galactic Trials.
See, look at that. Put him on your list.
A lot of good people. Wow. Oh yeah, Bill Rogers. I've met him. Yeah, he was in that. Wow. Oh, well, cool. Awesome. That's so cool. So I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. I probably maybe need to start playing it. I don't even know what it is. Is it like a?
It's like a Fortnite, apparently.
Is it? Okay, well, that makes total sense. Because
it shows you what I know. I should know these things. I don't play. But a lot of these guys do, like Daniel and Jordan. They are online, and they play as their characters, and they play other people, and they stream, and, it's a thing. Yeah.
Well, you said about community events. Celebworks do a lot of them, don't they? They do a lot of in-store signings with the cast and crew. Because a lot of them live in LA, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah. It's quite cool. I hope they hold any events when I'm in town. That'd be quite cool. I'd like to nip by and.
Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah.
Yes. Even if it's just any event, I think that'd be quite cool. It's literally the probably the greatest thing about living in LA is just all these voice actors and stuff like that.
There are many things going on. Yeah. Yeah, on a regular basis.
Definitely. Harry wants to know, do you remember the show The Cramp Twins, where you voiced Lucian and Wayne's dad, Horace? If
I
yes,
do.
what was your experience like? 'Cause I believe Kath Soucie and Tom Kenny also worked on that show.
Yes.
They were the only two
That's
Americans
one of
who
those
worked on it, yeah.
series that I get confused with Todd World. Because we
Todd
recorded it
World.
right at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, wow, I am a terrible interview. I don't know if I have any memory or
Chad World. Let's have a look.
what did I do?
Who did you voice in Chad World?
I mean, I know it was like my standard dad for the Cramp Twins. I remember it being a very odd show. Like,
Yeah. It did air in the UK. Yeah, I do briefly remember it. Yeah. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, what a show. That's all I have to say about it. And the I have one final question, and that is from Gator Freaks, who wants to know: did you ever work with Mike Young on certain shows in which he's
yes,
Todd World,
yes.
Todd World. Here,
that would be a Mike Young, right? Wasn't that a Mike Young?
Todd World, yeah.
Yeah. Todd World.
My best friend called it Tad World, so like
Tad.
Say it like that.
Tad World, yeah.
Yeah,
Very American of you.
Yeah. Thank you. I mean, it's unfortunate because like stuff like, Todd World and stuff, we got it in the UK, but we didn't get like the voice cast, the Canadian voice cast that you have. Everything in the UK is usually redubbed, which is I don't know.
Okay, that's too bad.
Was redubbed as well, so we didn't get you as Mr. Conductor, not the one from
Really?
Time Station. No, we didn't. No, we got a British guy who did it. Yeah. I think
Oh,
so.
what a shame. Okay. I didn't know that.
Very sad. Yeah, makes me sad.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, no, Mike, we worked on lots of stuff. I don't remember what the titles were, but I know Mike. The most recent thing I did with him was a movie for Netflix called, I think it was just called The Soccer Movie.
Soccer football movie.
The Soccer Football Movie, yeah.
Weird Al's in it, yeah.
Yeah, and I played Zlatan.
Nice.
Monster Zlatan. It was really fun.
Cool.
No, Mike is like the old guard. He's a wonderful guy. Known him forever. Been out to his offices here in LA, and
he's
a great guy.
Very lovely place. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, what a guy. Yeah, I hope I see him next month.
And what's his big famous thing? It's a bear, right?
Super
Ted Bear? Super Ted.
Yes.
Yeah, that was big in the UK, right?
It was, yes. And then when Mike moved to America, Hanna-Barbera then revived it. Further Adventures of Super Ted had an all-American cast. So yeah. He sort of I think they said to him, if you want to make it big in the cartoon world, he was like, okay, right, I'll move out to America then, and he set up Mike Young Productions, and then now he's got all this money, he actually brought back the rights to Super Ted, and now it's airing on his kids TV channel Kabillion, which is quite cool.
Yeah.
Kabillion's quite good. It's got a lot of good shows on it. There's a lot of Transformers shows. I hope they got Beast Wars on it. I know they've got Prime on it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Ian, I want to ask you one final thing before we wrap up part one.
Okay.
Well, this is also Gator Freaks also asked this. They want to know how come nowadays you split voice acting duties between American and Canadian productions? Well, I mean, it's obviously you're a dual citizen. I'm presuming you're a part of both acting unions. How often do you spend time in Vancouver and then in LA a year? Would you say?
We spend the summer in Vancouver, and I really, most of my year is, well, sometimes it's 50-50, but I live in both places. So that's why and how. I've been a SAG, which is the American Performers Union.
Yeah.
I've been a union member for 25, 26, 27 years, even when I lived in Vancouver. So that's how I'm able to work in both places, and I'm completely legal to work in both places.
That's so cool. If you don't mind me asking, where in LA are you based? Are you based in Burbank? Are you based down south? Are you sort of out towards the desert?
I am actually presently living not in LA.
Oh.
We live out in the desert.
Okay.
Palm Springs.
I've been there before. You lucky
Yeah, it's
duck.
only a couple hours.
It's so beautiful.
So I drive in for stuff. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
So gorgeous. I love it. It's like being transported back to the 1950s. It's just so. Oh my god.
Yeah.
As soon as I drove into that, I was like, well, I was there last March. I'm not sure if you know. I actually visited someone else. I was in town visiting someone else. Do you know who Tom Adcox is?
I do not.
Tom Adcox Hernandez. He's another voice actor. He's done a good few things. He's done. He was in Gargoyles. He was in Young Justice. Twisted Tales of Felix the Cat. He also lives in Palm Springs, so I was. I didn't
maybe
know.
I've run into him.
I had no idea you lived there. If I knew, I definitely would have swung by. But yeah, oh my god, it's so cool. We went to this place. I can't remember what the place was called, but we went to this restaurant, and I had like this massive what you call cotton candy. We call it candy floss, and it was like the size.
I call it candy floss too.
It was a massive bowl, and it was just the size of my head, just full of candy floss. I was like, wow, okay. Now you're gonna have to make me look up what this place was actually called. Let's have a look. I genuinely wish I remembered the name, because it was me, my dad, my friend, and Tom who went. Is that no? That's two. There we go. Hold on. I'm zooming in. It was, what was it called? Well, it was. What Palm Springs is quite big, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It looks small.
I never knew how big it was.
But Palm Springs also, extends. It goes Palm Springs and then Rancho Mirage and then Palm Desert and Indio, and it's all people refer to all of that kind of as Palm Springs, but
Lulu, California Bistro. That's where.
Oh yeah, I know Lulu. That's right downtown.
Lulu. Oh, it was so cool. I had the best pasta there. It was, oh my goodness, it was awesome. Because the portions in America are so big, you just take it back to your hotel and eat it later. That's what I do. I just turn on the TV, get Cartoon Network on, Adult Swim, and I just calm down on.
Yeah, because you would get exactly. It's all new. It's all different for you.
I know, yeah, because we don't have we have Adult Swim obviously on YouTube, but it's just so raw to watch it on a hotel TV.
Totally understand.
I love it. I love that feeling so much, and I can't wait to experience it again next month. It's gonna be so cool. TFCon is gonna be lit. Okay.
Nice.
With that being said, Ian, is there anything that you want to promote? Where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram. I'm always on that, and it's just Ian James Corlett. Period. Like ampersand Ian James Corlett. I have what do I have that's upcoming? Marvel Rivals. The latest series that's out with a series 2 that is coming is Devil May Cry.
Oh,
can look that one up.
Who do you voice in that?
I replaced Kevin Conroy.
You replaced Kevin. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. I thought he was just a one-off in it. I didn't realize he was a recurring character.
Yeah.
That's so. I'd say it's an honor. That's an honor. Yeah. My God. Yeah. It's an honor.
Absolutely.
Mhm. So what was it like?
Yeah. So that's
meet Kevin. Oh, sorry.
No, I've never met him. No.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Mhm. What was it like? I'm still. Look at Limp Bizkit sung the opening theme. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah. If you haven't seen it, I mean, it's very adult. Very adult.
They must have done this years ago though, because obviously.
Well,
it's
a game. It's a game. It's like originally. Yeah. So, but that production was new last year.
I was gonna say it was new, but Kevin passed in 2022, so they'd obviously recorded it a good few years ago.
Yes.
Used to provide additional dialogue for Baines in episodes 3 and 8, and now in the new season you're replacing him completely as William Baines.
Correct.
That is a huge honour. Seriously,
yeah.
man.
Yeah. So that's going to be a big deal.
Definitely, 100%. Good on you, man. Good on you, man. You're doing proud.
I can't tell you when it's coming because I don't know, but you know. Oh yeah, there he is.
I met him. It was only like for like. Not even 20 seconds. It was a photo swap at a Comic-Con that he did in the UK. I wish I had more time with him, but he was really lovely. Yeah.
Nice. That's great.
Yeah.
Meet your heroes. Always meet your heroes.
Always meet
the occasional one, but what do you do?
I mean, it's not occasional for me. I go out every year, meet my heroes, come back, go to bed. So, yeah. Oh, well, Ian, we haven't even...
We'll do this again.
We will definitely do this again. We've got so much more to talk about. We've got Bob the Builder, we've got Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, we've got Dragon Ball Z,
Let's do it.
Oh, we've got so much stuff. To you at home, thank you so much for watching this episode of In Conversation with ATF featuring the lovely Ian James Corlett. Don't worry, we will be back with part 2 probably when I'm back from LA, so I'd say maybe April, May-ish. That's just my guess. Good. I mean, don't kill me for it. But thank you so much for watching this episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you very soon. Or if I'm seeing you at TFCon, I will see you there, like Ian. All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks, everyone.
Cut.